Alright guys, MarkBoy316 here with another video, and this will be 10 non-WWE DVDs that I think you guys should check out. First one here is from Pro Wrestling Ultimate Insiders to this set, to Win Time with New Jack. Great sit down interview with New Jack. There's I think 5 matches on here, matches with Vic Grimes from XPW, and I just got it for the interview. Though great, almost a 2.5 to 3 hour interview. Great stuff. It is a to this set. There's that one. There's this two. And there's this one. And highly recommend you go check out the great interview on here. Next one I got here is Ichiban, Hulk Hogan in Japan. You'll see matches with Hogan against Great Muta, Bob Backlund against the Giant, Antonio Inoki, Hogan the Iron Mike Sharp against Akira Maeda and Antonio Inoki. You'll get Abdullah the Butcher against Hulk Hogan. Hogan and Stan Hansen versus Ricky Choshu, if I can say it, and Dino Bravo. Stan Hansen and Hogan against Dusty and Antonio Inoki. And these matches go from 1980 all the way to 1993. It's a 3-disc set. Open it up. Disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. But you thought Hogan, everybody says, oh, Hogan can't wrestle. Hogan couldn't wrestle. You only saw his WWF career or footage. And Hogan was not the greatest technical wrestler in the world, but in Japan he wrestled a different style. Didn't even use the leg drop as a finisher. Had the axe bomber, the clothesline. Had a different finisher and everything. And Hulk Hogan could hold his own in Japan. He was a former IWGP World Champion. So yeah, Ichiban. Now we get into 2 DVDs here. And this is Volume 1 and Volume 2. Mike Graham's The Best of Classic Championship Wrestling from World Wrestling Network presents Florida Championship Wrestling. You get Terry Funk and Mike Rotundo. You get the Sheep Herders against the Cuban Connection. You get Lex Luger versus Bad News Allen, who was Bad News Brown. The Black Ninja, who was Kijimoto, or the Great Muta, versus Prince Iaukea, his first appearance of the Great Muta in Florida. Holly Race versus Dusty Rhodes for the NWA World Title. You get Kendo Nagasaki versus Kendo Windham in a boxing match. You get Barry Windham versus Ron Bass. And you get the Road Warriors versus Harley Race and Stan Hansen. So a lot of great matches on here. Highly recommend you go check Florida Championship Wrestling, NWA matches on here. Cool stuff. And then the follow-up one from High Spots, Mike Graham presents Classic Championship Wrestling, Volume 2. Again, on this one, you get Rhodes versus Bill Watts. You get Dusty Rhodes versus the Missouri Mauler. You get Dusty Rhodes versus Bob Roop. You get Dick Murdoch versus Harley Race. Jack Briscoe versus Johnny Valentine. You get Bob Roop versus Rocky Johnson. Pepper Gomez versus Abdullah the Butcher, Bobo Brazil, and Bubba Douglas versus the Masked Assassins. You get Dick Slater and Bob Roop versus Killer Carl Cox and Jimmy Garvin for the U.S. tag titles. So yeah, some classic stuff on here. Florida Championship Wrestling. Next one here is a 2-pack, so that's why it's still gonna make 10 DVDs. But this one's the Glory Days of Wrestling, right here. First one here is called The Glory Days of Wrestling, Weird, Bizarre, and Wild Matches. And then the other one is called Wrestling's Legends of the Mat. And this one you get like the 2-ring battle royal. You get Jerry Lawler versus Randy Savage, Pat O'Connor versus Buddy Rogers, the whole match. 2 out of 3 falls. It's a 31-minute match, so it's the entire match. Killer Kowalski versus Ed Carpentier. Jesse James versus Gorgeous George. And you got a lot of extra matches. This one you got 3 full-length matches. This one you got 4 5 full-length matches, and then you got clip matches for the extras. But this one you got Lawler versus Savage, a Detroit Battle Royal. You got Haystacks Calhoun versus Killer Brooks, and you got a 6-man tag match. But you get some good classic stuff from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Comes in this nice little box. I think there's a tin for this set too, but I only got the cardboard box. But a nice little set. Another one here, Legends Never Die. Came out in 2006. You'll hear people on here from Dominic DeNucci, Roddy Piper, Mick Foley, Bruno Sammartino, Raven talks on here, Missy Hyatt, Nikolai Volkov, Balls Mahoney, Cousin Luke, Mikey Whipwreck, and it's by Life on the Road and interviews and questions asked that nobody ever wanted to ask or be answered. Well, you'll hear it on here about drugs on the road, how life is hard on the road, stuff like that. And it's called Legends Never Die. And then you see some of the greats, some of the pit bulls here. You see one of the pit bulls, Rick Rude, Big Dick Dudley, Chris Gambino, Brian Pillman, Eddie Guerrero, Hawk, Davey Boy Smith, Kurt Hennig, Rocco Rock. All the legends, some of the legends that have passed. So some pretty cool stuff. On the back you see Balls Mahoney in the corner here, right there. Mikey Whipwreck, Mick Foley, Piper, and Dominic DeNucci. I think they're in the corner. See Eddie Guerrero. See Chris Gambino there on each side. You can see there. That's pretty cool. And for ordering it, I got a Sting card. That's pretty cool. Plus you get all the high spot stuff. Here's for like a Roku thing. Pretty cool. A lot of the stuff that actually came with the DVD, so that's nice. A lot of cool stuff. Next one I got here, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He was U.S. champion in the year he was born, in 1975. He was the first U.S. champion. 8-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Harley Race. The greatest wrestler on God's green earth, right there. Great documentary to this set. There's some matches on here, him against Devon Eriks. A lot of matches against enhancement talent, but got some good matches. But it goes around his entire career, the AWA, NWA, WWF, talks about working with Vince McMahon, Jim Crockett Promotions, and talks about him teaming with Larry Hennig. They were a great tag team in the AWA, former tag team champions. And talks about Ric Flair, passing the torch to Ric Flair, Starrcade '83, and a lot of great stuff. It talks about starting in the carnival circuit, so I own a piece of the territory in Kansas City, so pretty cool documentary. Highly recommend you get that. Another one here, wrestling, one of wrestling's first families, you could say. The Fox. Great stuff. Again, great matches, great footage. Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, you name it, it's on here. Great stuff. Against again, some of the Von Erichs on here. You got some good stuff. And Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk are the only two brothers that ever hold the NWA World Heavyweight title. They talk about it here. Talk about the Amarillo territory. How much everybody respected Dory Funk Sr. And just wow, how Terry Funk was the wild bunch, or the wild out of the crazy one out of the bunch. But fantastic documentary. Some good stuff on here. It is a 2-disc. As you see, Dory Funk Senior, Junior, and Dory Funk Senior right there. But highly recommend you find this one somewhere. We never got a full-blown documentary on just Terry Funk, so this is a next best thing. Awesome stuff. And the last one I got to show you guys, this is pre-WWE, obviously. And it's his career from AWA, and it's Kurt Hennig. So it's a great companion piece for the Mr. Perfect DVD that WWE released. But this one's got a whole bunch of matches, and they are the full matches. That is a long match listing, but just matches against Buddy Rose, him and his father Larry Hennig against the Road Warriors, against Buddy Rose and Rip Oliver. You get him and Billy Jack Haynes in a lot of tag matches. You have Kurt Hennig versus Sherry the King Lawler, and a lot of great matches on here. Him and Larry Zbyszko, so great. Him and Nick Buckwinkle, I should say. A lot of great stuff on here. It is a this set too. I know the 2-disc set they came out with WWE was a damn good set too. But watch this one, you'll be impressed. There's some good stuff on here, and see a picture of him and Scott Hall there with the AWA Tag Team titles. Great stuff. See Kurt Hennig as part of the AWA world, as the World Heavyweight Champion in the AWA, and some great stuff. This one I don't know what year it came out. I'm assuming this would be from his early career in the NWA. So I would say early 80s, mid 80s of AWA. So I think he went to WWF in 88, 87, 88, around there, around that time period. So yeah, so this would be before then. Great stuff. So those are 10 non-WWE DVDs that I think you guys should check out. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.